What's going on, everybody? Number 5 Gonzaga facing number 4 Kansas. Second round of the NCAA Tournament. Spokane, Washington's own Gonzaga Bulldogs face off against the Kansas Jayhawks. If you want to watch along, you can watch along on CBS or Paramount Plus. They're showing this on Paramount Plus as well. Shout out to everybody in Kansas, and condolence on your loss in the future, because my Gonzaga Bulldogs are about to destroy you. No, this should be a good game, though. Both of these teams nationally ranked during the regular season. They didn't meet during the regular season. So a little tell about Gonzaga, though, is I thought St. Mary's was better than Gonzaga. They beat them their last game in the tournament. I know Gonzaga didn't play their best game, but I thought St. Mary's looked very good, very physical, and they got upset last night. I was pretty surprised by that. And that is a little preview. For me, that's maybe a little tell as to what we're looking for tonight against Kansas. I mean, I hope Gonzaga is capable of playing better. Nothing against Kansas, but I hope they play their worst game of the year tonight. We got Dayton and Arizona underway right now. We're about 15 minutes out from the tip-off of Gonzaga in Kansas. So let's jump into the chat here. All right, I'll message you, Robert PBR. We'll see if we can get Mr. Hughes in here. All right, scores from around the league. Let's check out what's going on out here, guys. Cheers, Robert is here. Cheers, sir. How many beers are we down today? Might be just me and you in the chat room for a little while like it was yesterday, and then people slowly drifted in, and then we ended up with some good double digits later on in the day. Hopefully we get some triple digits here, though. We got Gonzaga and Kansas, number 4 and 5, baby. Oh, they've pushed the tip off 33 minutes, though. I wish I'd have known that. I'd have waited 15 more minutes to start. But that's okay. And then following this, Washington State is playing Iowa State. We'll be covering that one as well. That tips off about 3:10. So pretty much right as soon as this game is over. That should end about 5:30. And then on Fights with Friends, we'll start the UFC stream at 7 o'clock for the main card. Yes, cheers. Cheers and beers. Cheers, pizza and beers. All right, earlier today, number 2 Arizona defeated number 7 Dayton. That's what was supposed to happen. 78-68 by 10 points. Finally, something that was supposed to happen happens. just 8 games on today, so I'm not sure why they started the first one at 9:15. Well, I guess they had to make sure that it was over before this one starts. Gonzaga, Kansas. It did say tip off 12:15. Now here on TV it's saying 12:33. Anyways, Michigan and North Carolina after that at 2:30 p.m. Pacific, 5:30 Eastern. Then about 40 minutes after that, tipping off on TNT is Washington State and Iowa State. Number 7 Washington State against number 2 Iowa State. Iowa State 6.5 point favorites in that one. Then one of the Cinderella teams of this season so far, maybe the Cinderella team, number 14 Oakland, will be taking on North Carolina State. 14 against an 11 seed. That'll go off at 4:10 Pacific on TBS and True TV. North Carolina State is 6.5 point favorites in that one. 5 p.m. CBS and Paramount, 5 Pacific, 8 Eastern. Number 7 Texas will play number 2 Tennessee. Tennessee is 6.5 point favorites there. Then at 5:40, another 11 seed, another team that created an upset. Number 11 Duquesne taking on number 3 Illinois. Illinois, a 10.5 point favorites against Duquesne. Wow, I'm a bit surprised by like that. I think Duquesne can hang in there with Illinois. I don't know if they win that game, but 10.5 is a lot. And then Oregon and Creighton. That is supposed to tip off at 6:40 Pacific, 9:40 p.m. Eastern. Creighton a 4.5 point favorite. They're a 3 seed as well. They're a 3 seed in the Midwest. Illinois 3 seed in the East, but this is another 11-3 matchup. As number 11 Oregon, they got an upset in their first game. They upset number 6 Carolina 87-73. There's Hunter Dickinson. He had 19 points during the last game for Kansas. He's the star on their side of the ball. Gonzaga, stars. If you're a star, I guess your star overall is probably going to be Graham Ike, number 13. But they really played great team ball their last game against McNeese. Ryan Nembhard at point guard, a good three-point shooter, good at moving the ball, really does everything well. Anton Watson, great at that mid-range jumper. He's also hell on defense. Nolan Hickman, just a great shooter overall. A great three-pointer, above average defender. Then number 11, Nolan Hickman. Number 33 off the bench, Ben Gregg, probably the best sixth man in the league as far as scoring is concerned. Below average defender, so they suffer a little on defense when he comes in the game, but he can stroke the three, maybe the best shooter on the team. Number 33, Ben Gregg. Number 4, Stromer, that's a guy that comes off the bench, can hit some big threes, and 34, Huff as well. What's up, Clavid, man? Arizona won. Arizona defeated Dayton, so their run, unfortunately, is over. 78-68, Clavid. Did you put any bets on that one, man? I need a bet on Oregon today. I don't necessarily want to bet on Gonzaga, but I need to bet on Oregon. I think I want straight money on Oregon. I want to message Mr. Hughes and see if he can put in a bet for me. All right, so no 16s over 1 seeds this year. Of course, last year they were just showing there was a number 1 or number 16 over a 1 seed. Purdue got beat. All right, what are you up to today, Robert? Cheers. All right, you guys are here early. If anybody wants to chat on the phone, Robert, you can call me and just chat like it's just me and you chatting. Everybody else can listen in. Give us something to, give me something to test this new mic out. 425-791-8730, the call-in number. Give me your thoughts on this game, any of the other games out there, or if you want to talk about boxing, MMA, anything in the sports world. Feel free to call in there, 425-791-8730. Zach Edey, this is one of the guys that really could be towards the top of the NBA draft.
I think Zach Edey gets a bad rap. I've heard people criticizing him, talking about, well, he's won.
All right, call on in, Robert. Give us a call, anything you want to talk about. 425-791-8730. What's up, PBR? Hi, MMA Mike. Hello to all in chat. I'm messaging with Billy about bets right here. I just put 50 on Oregon to pull off an upset on their game. Graham Ike, 16 points on 6 of 6 for the field and 10 rebounds in his last game. Hard to play better than that. All right, give us a call, Robert. Four two five 791-8730. Well, let's go through some scores for yesterday. Clavitt, I don't remember what your team was, Clavitt. I know you told me. You weren't a Duke guy. Maybe you were a Kansas guy. I'm having a hard time remembering now, but let's look at scores from yesterday while we're waiting for tip-off though here, and talk about the games coming up today. Excuse me. All right, I'm gonna bring it up on the screen. Actually, let's see if we can get a better. See if we can get a better sight here, and we'll get all the games up here so you guys can see what I'm talking about. It makes it a little easier. Of course, Amanda Hebus and Rose Namajunas fighting later tonight. Of course, we'll be covering that. We mentioned playing number 4, Kansas. Oh, this is not up for everyone. All right, now it should be. And let's go back to the chat. Sub 5 watching. All right, here we go. We got, like I said, we got number 5 Gonzaga taking on number 4 Kansas here any moment. Hey, there he is, Drunken Charge. Robert, what's up, my man?
Yo, what's up, everyone?
You getting a bit of a cold?
A national taste test determined America's favorite boneless wings. Applebee's won. How about that?
Yeah, that's why I didn't go to that appointment I had on Tuesday for the Inspire that got me an implant device thing. I was too sick to go that morning, so I just canceled and rescheduled.
Oh crap! Hope you don't
But
have the C word.
Huh?
I said I hope you don't have the C word.
Oh no, I already text myself that. I haven't gotten it yet. For some reason, COVID don't like me.
Oh, you haven't gotten it. Didn't you have your entire house had it like twice, right?
More than that, like 3 or 4 times. Yeah, I've never gotten it.
Dude, maybe it's natty ice. Maybe it.
I think it's natty ice and weed smoke, the hot.
Screw ivermectin. Drink natty ice.
If I'm not taking a puff on my pipe, I'm taking a puff off a cigarette. Literally, like every fucking other minute, 5 minutes, 10 minutes, there's something smoky going in my lungs.
Oh, I didn't know you still smoke cigarettes. That's a nasty habit, sir.
Yeah, I know. I'm trying to quit. I really am. I cut back a lot. I was like smoking a shit ton. But
all right, I won't get crap.
I'm down to like a pack and a half.
Oh.
But it's still too much. I need to just quit. I want to quit.
Nah.
I quit doing meth. I quit doing heroin. People say heroin was the hardest thing to quit. I'm telling you what, I think it's cigarettes, man. I've tried many times throughout my life. It's probably the toughest drug I ever tried to quit.
You know, when I was younger, my dad.
I think it's because of my anxiety, though. And like people say, nicotine's like worse for anxiety, but for some reason, it's like it's different with me. Like it counteracts my anxiety. It makes me calm. Like I can be in any situation as long as I'm smoking a cigarette.
Oh, it's supposed to relieve anxiety, I thought.
Yeah, I think nicotine's supposed to feel intensify, but I believe the other way around. It's supposed to relax you.
Yeah, it's supposed to relax. That's why people take it.
I could be buzzing with my head as long as I'm smoking a cigarette. I'll just chill.
Yeah.
I just duck. I'm not gonna panic. So,
what do you think of Rose and Amanda Hebus earlier? You said where you think Rose is done?
No, I think she's still got more fight in her. With her, it's always 50-50. It's all about what Rose we get when she goes in there. Because, like, when Rose is Thug Rose and she's at her top, she can't be beat. I think she's one of the top female fighters ever, really. She just has some nights where she lets the crowd or the media or something get to her where she's not her normal self in the ring.
Yeah, she grew up. I just seen a thing earlier. Did you realize that she lived in the same neighborhood as Jeffrey Dahmer growing up?
Holy shit.
I just seen something about that recently. Yeah, I don't know how long, but yeah, I was like, oh, wow, that's pretty intense. And man, nobody cared about anybody in that neighborhood because you don't know how many times people were saying, hey, this guy's house smells like dead bodies, and the police are like, yeah, I don't know, maybe.
Yeah, I came by a couple times. Neighbors like, hey, there's some smell coming from my neighbor's yard. And they're like, yeah, we went over there and asked him, what's that smell? And he said nothing, and we just took his word for it.
Well, I don't know if you ever watch documentaries on it. This is quite the side mission here, but they took one of the guys, he had drilled a hole in the side of this guy's head and put acid in it, and he escaped, and the police returned him to Jeffrey Dahmer.
Yeah, I know.
Yeah, just wild stuff. What's up, Phil? What a time for Phil to come into the chat.
Hey, since we're talking about, since we're watching basketball, I did not know Shaq had a podcast. It's called the Big Shaq Podcast.
I didn't either.
I watched it this morning. Since we're watching basketball, we might as well be on the basketball topic. But he met Bert Kreischer for the first time. Like, he's seen his face places, but he didn't know who it was, didn't know his name. They're like best friends now. Shaq gave him his number. He says, you're like a fucking twin brother. Like, they both, I didn't know Shaq did a lot of crazy shit. Like, a lot of that shit stayed out of the news when he was in college and shit.
Yeah.
But Shaq, he had a lake. He had his house on the lake where Bert said he heard stories because Bert's from Florida, and when he's down there playing for Orlando Magic, Shaq would be riding his jet ski from the lake and try seeing how far into the yard he can get. And one time he made it all the way to his pool.
Oh, that's
a
wild.
So, yeah, it was a great interview, though. It was a great thing. So I might start watching. I look back and see some of the other interviews he did. He did T.I., but he also did, like, some other basketball players. He does Cam Newton. So I'm going to start checking out his podcast.
Yeah, that's cool. No, I'll check it out, too. Did you see...
He's like me. Like, he's just a down-to-earth, cool dude. He likes real people, and he's funny. And, like, he likes to party, too. Like, he smokes hookah every night.
Oh, yeah?
Yeah, and one of the things on the podcast, I don't want to, spoiler alert, guys, but Bert told Shaq how to time travel. Shaq said, he's like, yeah, when we were in college, in the college dorm with the big old lights, we put tinfoil over the light and poke holes and actually make designs like constellations. And then you fucking get all baked, look up, and you actually think you're outside.
That is the most stoner shit I've ever heard.
But the funny thing is, I relate to that because when I was in high school, I used to hide in my little walk-in closet. We had a mobile home, a double wide, but it was a kind of decent-sized walk-in closet where you could have like a small little cot in there and like a dresser. We had a TV, and we used to get baked in there. And one time, me and my friend were so baked, we had the light on. We looked up, and it looked like the moon, and I couldn't remember if it was day or night, and we were inside or outside, and where the fuck I was. So I can relate to that story that Bert said. In fact, so I smoke hookah every night. I'm gonna try that when I go home. So I'm like, such a fucking.
Oh, that's wild. You're breaking the F meter, Robert.
Oh, I'm sorry.
That's okay. One here and there is okay. I just don't want there to be 15 in the first 5 minutes.
Hey, I thought I was just talking on the phone. I forgot we're live.
Oh, no worries. Hey, that's the best part about a podcast is you forget that the recording's running.
See, maybe I should start doing it, man. I'm just I was just talking to my cousin right now. Like, I just don't want to.
Maybe our podcast needs to be on Rumble.
Maybe it should, because
that'll be the start of our Rumble of my Rumble channel.
And then also my story, some of my stories could be dark.
Yeah, that's true. All right, 6 minutes away from tip off. Man, I didn't know what to talk about because I thought they were tipping off here a few minutes ago, and they moved the time up. So yeah, well, it was scheduled for 12:15 the tip off, and then I don't know, they get pushed back for one reason or another.
Call in, but I'm like, man, I still haven't started the game. I was gonna call in real quick.
Did you find this? Well, this one's on Paramount Plus. If you haven't found it yet.
Oh, I haven't even tried looking for it yet.
Oh, okay. I know you got Paramount Plus, so that's why I mentioned it.
Yeah, I got Paramount. I got Prime. Yeah, I got Netflix. I got basically my cousin makes sure she gets that, so I have some stuff to have. I use her account. She's real nice about it.
Oh, well, that's good. You got HBO Max then?
She just wants to keep me happy and content and out of her hair. So she knows that she had like 2 services, like
That's
ESPN
funny.
Plus. She pays for with the Disney Plus and Hulu app, whatever. So she's cool like that.
All right, they got the timer on the screen now. 5.5 minutes to tip off. Yeah, no, that's cool. You got HBO Max then?
Yeah, so I guess she has it through her Prime. She told me, I didn't know until last
Oh,
night.
so
So-
so HBO Max. I think I told you it has True TV, TNT, and TBS, which is where all the rest of the games are.
Well, I was on the phone with you. She heard that, and she's
Yeah.
like, "Yeah, we have HBO Max and we have all these other channels." I'm like, "Really? Oh my god! Okay, well, this will open up a whole new world to me this week."
Yeah, I was watching them delayed on my Android box, and I have HBO Max. I didn't even realize that all that stuff was on Max, but
Neither did I. I've been watching everything on my streaming site that I use, and
we're sitting here risking our computers to viruses on channels that we already pay for.
exactly.
Oh, what a weird world we live in now with the streaming. That's probably why we watched so many sports back in the day, because there wasn't very many channels. And you remember, like on Saturday, you'd wake up during this time of year, like all of the network channels would have the basketball games during March Madness. Like that was the only thing to watch.
Every channel you flip to would have March Madness.
Yeah. Yeah, and then the same thing, NBA Finals. Yeah. What's
I
that?
wanted to call basketball and stuff. When I got injured at 18 years old, I couldn't do a lot of shit, so I just lost interest in a lot of stuff.
Yeah, I've always enjoyed playing basketball. I should join like some 40 and over league or something. I just have so many freaking, so much scar tissue.
I tried playing this last summer when I went to Florida to visit my nephew,
Yeah.
and I was wanting to play horse, but then I went to go get a rebound and just took 2 steps to the right and almost fell off.
Oh, dude, don't jump. If you haven't jumped in a long time, don't jump. You're going to break something. I'm serious.
I tried jumping, I just tried moving to the right or left because my hip's bad and my feet, I can't feel my feet. So any sudden movements like that, like, I didn't realize it until I tried it, but like, oh, I can't feel so I started like, but thank God I didn't fall. I was like, boop, boop, boop. I caught my balance. Like, I knew how to get my feet going, and it was like, boop, 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 boop. But it took like 12 steps after I was supposed to stop before I stopped. And next thing I'm one shoe off, and I'm like, oh yeah, could have been an accident, really.
So
really
I
bad.
got a name for your podcast, I think. Tell me what you think of this. Well, we'll go on Rumble, me and you. We're going to call it Grandfathered. Because we're grandfathered in to say shit that people can't say now.
Oh, that's hilarious. Because, yeah, I don't care what people think about me, you know. My whole family knows about me, so, like, if they're not ashamed of me and embarrassing me, I don't care if anyone else is.
Yeah. Well, and I figure I haven't grown on Rumble yet, so I'm not risking anything. If somehow we lose the channel, which it sounds like it's pretty much impossible to do there, I'll just make another one.
They have slap fighting on there.
This is true. This is true. If they say anything bad, I'll be like, you guys have slap fighting. What are you worried about words for?
You know, government slap each other. And now they have women doing it, too. Well, the last one they had 2 women.
I
doing
can't
it.
watch.
Two
I can't watch.
women.
Although slap fighting, maybe it should have been women first, because they always talk about how women slap in fights. I don't know.
Oh, it was pretty cool. This chick was supposed to be the champion. She's a big, bad ass chick. Well, she got knocked the heck out. I caught myself there. I remembered.
All right, looks like we're here for. Looks like we're at tip off. So.
All right, cool. All right.
Let's go. Hey, thanks for calling in, Robert.
All right, so no hair on? Cool.
All right, later. Bye.
All right, late.
All right, guys. Robert Kerrigan, everyone. You know, it might be fun to do one of these podcasts. I always talked about doing an MMA podcast with somebody that knew nothing about MMA, like 'cause you're introducing them to that. Might be fun to have one of you guys in one of these basketball games that knows like nothing about basketball. But you could just sit there and make jokes, crack jokes the entire time. I don't know. Might not be a bad idea. How's it going, Phil? What's Phil drinking? Phil got that kokanee up in this? You got that kokanee today, Phil? I know you like that Canadian beer. I still stick with American beer because I like freedom. But if you like Canadian beer, works for me too. No. I just drink exclusively Bud Light now because they are the beacon of freedom. Oh, I gotta pause this. If you're looking for starting lineups, it's almost impossible to find these anywhere. So write them down now. Oh, I cannot rewind or pause apparently on live sports. You'd think you'd be able to rewind and pause, but no, you cannot. Obviously, forgot a lot of MMA in sports. So I would be like new, because I always get stuff mixed up, and you figure it out. Yeah, that'd be good. All right, 8 up in the chat. We are at the tip-off here. Gonzaga and Kansas. All right, and tip-off goes to the Jayhawks. Kansas Jayhawks get the tip. Number 4 seed in their region. Gonzaga number 5. There's Dickinson early. In and out, misses. Rebound for Gonzaga. And here comes Ryan Nembhard on the floor. Gonzaga's won 8 straight in the second round of the tournament. They are 2-2 versus 4 seeds. They've won by 12 plus points in their last 8 wins. There's a three-pointer from the outside, misses. Rebound Jayhawks. And here comes Kansas. Any Kansas fans in here? Don't worry, I won't eat you up. You can admit it. Okay, I might eat you up, but admit it anyways. It'll be fun. I know I actually am drinking a different kind of alcohol, though. I'm actually drinking some hard Doritos. So if you ever tried those Doritos soda back in the day, add a crap ton of corn syrup to that, and not corn syrup. They use real sugar, though. Graham Ike on the inside, misses, but number 22, Anton Watson, is there for the putback and put Gonzaga on the board 2-0. Watson had 13 points, 13 rebounds, 9 assists in their last game against McNeese. Kansas misses again, and here comes Gonzaga. Nembhard running the floor, back to Ike. Ike with the jumper! And Graham Ike puts Gonzaga up 4-0 early in this one. And Kansas looking at a 2-position deficit less than 2 minutes into this game. There's the three-pointer from the outside, number 10 for Kansas. That's Furphy. He misses. And Gonzaga with another rebound. Nembhard, number 0, at the top of the key. And that's Watson. He passed to Anton Watson. And Gonzaga is 3 for 3. The Gonzaga Bulldogs lead the Kansas Jayhawks 6-0. 2 minutes and 6 seconds into this game. And Kansas calls a timeout because they already need to talk about this. They're like, what is going on here? All right, shout out to anybody from Spokane. Some people call it Spokane. I call it Spokane. It's like some people say Gonzaga, some people say Gonzaga. But people from Spokane were literally calling and messaging in and even super chatting that had lived in Spokane. And they were telling me, stop saying Gonzaga. It is Gonzaga. And I am trying, but apparently I've been saying Gonzaga my whole life. So it's going to take a little while for me to get over that nasty habit. Other games around the league. Michigan State and North Carolina tipping off in 2 hours. That is also here on CBS and Paramount. That is not the game we'll be covering, though, because at 3:10 Pacific, 6:10 Eastern, number 7 Washington State, 25-9 during the regular season, takes on number 2 Iowa State, 28-7 during the regular season. Iowa State 6.5-point favorites in that game. And for those just tuning in, 17:54 left in the first half. Gonzaga out to a quick 6-0 lead on 3 for 3 from the field. And Kansas said, hey, we got to talk about this because the ball is just not going in. And some I want to talk about is I want to know what's the air pressure on these balls. Like, is it consistent like the footballs in the NFL? Because it really seems like we've had some overinflated balls in some of these games. Players having a very hard time holding on to the ball and a very hard time getting anything in the hoop that's not a swish. I mean, if it's not nothing but net, it seems like the rims are rejecting it. So I'd like to see how inflated these balls are. That's what she said. All right, 6-0, Bulldogs and Jayhawks. We are back here, Midwest, second round. Hunter Dickinson, first Kansas player with 19 points and 20 rebounds in an NCAA tournament game. He did it in the last game. All right, Jayhawks will take over here. Inside to number 1, Hunter Dickinson, their star. And to the outside to number 10. That's Furphy, and he hits it. That's the first points of the game for Kansas. Jay Furphy, number 10 for Kansas. And there's Ike on the other side, though. He answers quickly. And it is 8-3 Gonzaga early. Kansas passing the ball on the perimeter at 24. Back out to number 10. Furphy, and he attacks the hoop and one. Makes the running jumper and draws the foul. That might be on number 13, Ike. Number 33, Ben Gregg, was also there. But Johnny Furphy will shoot this one from the free throw line, and he hits it. So a 3-point play for Kansas, and they are within 2. And here come the Gonzaga Bulldogs. Nembhard to Hickman. To Watson. Inside to Ike. Number 13, Graham Ike. He's posting up. You give it to... Oh! And... So I think they called an offensive line for the they call an offensive foul or a travel on Ike. I did not see a foul. Anyways, they turn the ball over. Here comes Kansas. And there's a whistle on the other side. Adam from Allen, players are a little nervy, so a lot of early game shots are a little firm and take hard bounces. Other than that, I don't know. Oh, that's for sure, man. Yeah, that's some... Oh, and look at the tip-in from Kansas on the inbound pass. Nobody does it better than that. I mean, when you can alley-oop from underneath your basket on the inbound, that is a secret weapon. Oh, and there's a turnover for Gonzaga. Nolan Hickman passes to absolutely nobody, and Kansas comes up with the ball. And Gonzaga... with a steal there, but can't keep it inbounds. Gonzaga's turned the ball over on each of the last 2 possessions, and we have a tie ball game after they went up 6-0. Jayhawks will inbound it. There's a 3-pointer from the outside, number 25, and he nails it. And that quickly, Kansas up by 3, 11-8, and Gonzaga may want to talk about this. This is an 11-2 run. Oh, look at the alley-oop! Don't fake the funk on the nasty dunk! Nolan Hickman with the 180 alley-oop jam. And Kansas comes back quickly, and this is looking like a run and gun type of game so quickly. Not a lot of defense being played, a lot of scoring. Here's Anton Watson out the outside, passing it to Nembhard. Back to Watson. And Watson posting up on number 24 here. And there is a whistle. What a 180 alley-oop, though. Nembhard to Watson. 15-15 left in the first half. Kansas up 13-10, but I believe Gonzaga will be going to the line. It's picked up another 90 beers today. So I have 18 left from last week, plus the 8 I already drank. So I'm getting drunk today. This guy. Let's fucking go. Oh my goodness. Anyone ever try a Black Butte Porter? It's my current go-to beer. Pretty good. I have had some Black Butte Porters. Yeah, I've had some that I like too. You ever drink Mac and Jack, Adam? If you like Black Butte Porters, you might really like Mac and Jack. It's a really dark beer though. It's dark African amber. And you can see it. Like, if you see somebody order it in the restaurant, like, everybody knows it's Mac and Jack because you can see it across the whole bar. It looks like that Mississippi Mud. You guys remember they sold the Mississippi Mud? I don't know if they still make it, but it was in like a tan bottle. This stuff tastes a lot better than that. It's actually, I think it's a really good beer. Definitely a meal beer though. Like, this is something like, you know, you just want your 6 or 8 ounce sirloin and maybe a baked potato with it, and then a Mac and Jack caps off the meal. Like, you're pretty much full at that point. All right, guys, commercial break, and I hate to say it, but I gotta take a quick restroom break during the commercial here. It's early morning, and my coffee's calling. Yeah, Mississippi Mud's not bad, huh, Robert? There's a 3 from Kansas from the outside, and they take an 18-12 lead. Might be time for Gonzaga to call a timeout here. And Gonzaga puts one in within 4, and it looks like N1. Ben Gregg with the running jumper. And it's a 4-point game. He will go to the line looking for the 3-point play. Ben Gregg, 12 points, 5 rebounds in the first round against McNeese. They really blew McNeese out, so I don't even know for sure how much Ben Gregg ended up playing in that one. There's Coach Mark Few, 25 consecutive NCAA tournaments. Since his rookie year of coaching, he has made this tournament every single year for 25 years. And Ben Gregg at the line for one in and out. 13:40 left in the first half. Here's Kansas with the alley-oop to Adams. And that was a quick one. Gonzaga's really got to watch out for those quick transition plays from Kansas. They are 8 from 12 from the field, 7 for 11 from the field from Gonzaga, and Ben Gregg misses underneath on that one. Excuse me, that was number 34, Huff. But he draws the foul. Almost better, maybe sometimes early, to draw the foul over getting the basket in the long run, because you don't want your good players getting in foul trouble early in the game. You only got 5 fouls to give for each player. All right, and the first one is through for Huff, 2015. If you're a white bench player in basketball, you better be a damn good free throw shooter. And he makes the second. Because you know you ain't doing no flying 180 dunks or athletic blocks. All right, Kansas has made 6 straight field goal attempts. That one's blocked by Gonzaga. Kansas gets the ball back, though. And double team at the three-point line. 5 on the shot clock. And make that 6 consecutive. The jumper hits for Kansas. And Kansas is absolutely on fire right now. All right, possession, a tie-up and possession arrow goes to Gonzaga, so they'll get it back here. Yeah, but see, Nembhard was going up, and they tied him up. And there's Hickman, perfect shot there. Both teams shooting the lights out from the field. So, I mean, if you bet the over-under, I think you're liking the way this game's looking so far. 12:35 left in the first half. And Kansas in, that was Adams. Attacks the rim and misses. Gonzaga coming back down by 4. There's Nolan Hickman with the ball, number 11 on the outside. Passes it into 34, Huff. And Huff posting up. Shoots the hook in and out. He can't get it. Kansas with the rebound. 12-10 in the first half. And that's going to be an offensive foul on Kansas. Too much speed, couldn't slow down there. Oh, yeah. Nembhard was set. I think Nembhard was set. I like that call. And he just mowed him down. You can't run over a set player. And Nembhard's going to pass it off to Hickman again. Hickman in the offense early and often, and they turn it over momentarily. That was Timberlake with the steal, but Nembhard gets it back, and he passes it away again to Adams. And that's a 3-point from Timberlake from the outside, misses, but another rebound for Kansas, and that's going to be a foul. Looks like that one's going to be on number 22, Anton Watson. Fouls number 24, Adams of Kansas. 11:27 left in the first half. Kansas leading 22-18 over the Gonzaga Bulldogs. Oh, I missed a lot in the chat here. You guys give me something to talk about. What about that double chocolate stout? That stuff is dark and will fook you up, Robert says. Once a teenager, we got Guinness Extra Stout. We didn't know what we were doing. It's too much for 15-year-old. Guinness is stout, man, especially Extra Stout. Yeah, that is a stout beer. That day, you aged 14 days that day. I guarantee you grew a few hairs on your chest. My favorite imported beers is from Czech Republic. It's called Pilsner Urkel. Interesting. Same here, Adam. I threw up, hated it back then. Or a Stella Artois. Stella's not a bad beer. Another one of my favorites. I have beer signs of Pilsner Urquell everywhere. Nice. Last time I went to Vegas, that's one of the many different beers I was ordering. No way, Adam. I would love to have one of those. I'm going to have to look around. I've got something for that beer. Yeah, those old beer signs, they're not as easy to come around by as they used to be. We're all collecting the same stuff. So look at what everybody's throwing away now. Look at what nobody wants now. And if you like it, keep collecting it. It's going to come back around again. Right now, for me, it's DVDs. Like, I've got hundreds of freaking DVDs. I don't remember. I very rarely watch a DVD. But I like the artwork, for one thing. Like, I just picked up House of a Thousand Corpses. I like to get them for as cheap as possible. I like to see what I can get for... I definitely don't spend over $2 on them. But if you can get them, if I can get them for under $1, like, that's key. I like that. For me, that's worth it for the artwork. Like, you can just throw the DVD away. Might be a fake keg end with a tap and it hangs on the wall. Nice. Hey, that's pretty cool. You guys remember looking for the tap when you were younger for the keg? Of course, we would not endorse underage drinking on this show. I'm saying after you turn 21, of course. All right, Kansas has allowed 8 field goals, 14 points in the paint, but they got to be happy with what's going on here. Talking to Bill Self, Kansas has just been on fire from the field. And they try the inbound alley-oop again to 24, and Gonzaga not able to get an offensive rebound right now. This haunted them against St. Mary. There's another offensive rebound for Kansas. And Gonzaga's got to start playing some more physical ball. This is the first tournament meeting. Both these teams are there almost every year, but this is the first time they've met. And Watson with the rebound for Gonzaga. A chance to pull within a possession, misses the jumper. And Kansas with a quick rebound. You got to wait to bring guys with you, Gonzaga. Oh, and that might be an offensive foul. Up and Adams, yeah, that's a charge. Oh, Watson is set. Set it and forget it, baby. You can't run a guy over. His feet were in concrete there. He was moving nowhere. 17 combined field goals made for these two teams in the first 9 minutes of the game. That's ridiculous. All right, Gonzaga with the ball, trailing 22-18. Both these teams have cooled down a bit. That was 34 Huff from the outside with the three-pointer. Kansas gets the rebound. Gonzaga, they have to start getting more second chances or they are not going to win this game. Let me tell you right now. And double-teamed underneath. That was number 1, Hunter Dickinson, and he gives the ball up. Gonzaga with the steal. Yeah, both teams have cooled down significantly since the beginning. And here's Hickman. He's going to go the whole way. Misses. Watson gets it. There's Huff with the rebound. That's what Gonzaga needs to do. 3 rebounds on that possession. And the ball goes off Kansas. Gonzaga will inbound it with 5 seconds left on the shot clock. Oh, no. Oh, yeah. 5 seconds left on the shot clock, 9:58 left in the game. Smart there. They got 20 seconds back on the shot clock because he's seen a Kansas player leaning over and he just throws it right off his foot. There's a 3-ball from the corner. That's Huff and Gonzaga within one. 22-21. And there's the 3-pointer from Kansas out of the corner. And that's a miss from number 25, Nicholas Timberlake. Here comes Nolan Hickman, the length of the floor, back out to Nembhard. Nembhard to Hickman, inside to Huff. And Huff way out, a little far out to be posting up. Oh, and he's gonna make a move on this though. 6 seconds on the shot clock. Back out to Nembhard. Nembhard with the jumper misses. Timberlake with the rebound for Kansas, and Kansas will try to extend their lead. And they miss. Back to Gonzaga. And Nembhard to Watson. How was that not a foul? Maybe that was all ball. Gonzaga gets the ball back, and Hickman in and out. Kansas with another rebound. Kansas coming the other direction. This is a wild game right now. 8:45 left in the first half. Kansas has missed 9 straight. And that will end the drought. Hunter Dickinson lays that one in. 24-21 Kansas. What a wild back and forth. And there's a 3-pointer from the outside for Gonzaga. And Nolan Hickman has been on fire today. He hits another 3 from the outside. And it's a tie ball game. 24-24 with 8:18 left in the half. And here comes Kansas. A jumper from 13 in the lane, misses. Nembhard tries to keep it in, but knocks it out of bounds. That'll go back to Kansas. You see Dickinson on the inside. It's an easy lay in there for him. All right, and lots of physical play underneath the basket there. Sorry, guys, I don't know why this is... I just move around too much, I guess, for the cameras. All right, commercial break, 24-24. Old fake wooden barrel ends with tabs off memory. I know I have a couple Rainier and Bruce 66 is Adam. Nice. Robert says most expensive beer I used to buy was $14, a 16-ounce bottle. It's called Merit Sauce. It's one of the oldest beers in the world from Belgium monks. Sounds good. Treat myself to one of those a week. When I worked at K&N. Filters with those famous brands. A liquor store right across the street from UCR College, University, California. Riverside, where I am from. It had an entire beer cooler dedicated to beers from around the world. It was so cool. That's awesome. Only can buy them by the single bottle, though. I got some Blitz Weinhardt stuff, too. Don't see that much. Blitz Wein? I don't think I've ever seen that. I've seen Schlitz back in the day, and I've seen Henry Weinhardt's, but never seen Blitz Weinhardt. Got some cool Lucky Lager signs that light up and rotate. Oh, that's sweet. You tried Henry Weinhardt's hard orange soda? That is the bomb. They're also the only brewer I know that makes non-alcoholic soda. They just started making the hard ones. But love their craft root beer and orange cream soda, Henry Weinhardt's. Yeah, I remember when that Not Your Dad's Root Beer, I think it's called Not Your Father's Root Beer, came out. oh, this is probably 15 years ago. When it came out, I was like, oh man, this is like the best stuff ever. It is so delicious. It's still a really good root beer float. If you're looking for a hard root beer, it's a lot of sugars to get. Well, I don't know when it's 5-6% alcohol, but if you're just looking for a tasty treat, that's just pretty good. I did send the wife out. She went out shopping. I just told her get some more beer and hard seltzer, get some more alcohol because I'm out of beer. There's Mark Few on the sideline, coach of Gonzaga.
Get to a Sweet 16. We just got to get our defense set. We've had too many easy shots for them. This last 2 minutes was a little bit more how we need to be. Thanks, Coach.
Both coaches said the same.
Well, Mark Few says, hey, we just need to get our defense going. Too many easy shots. All right, 8 minutes left in the first half. This game tied at 24. Kansas inbounding the ball from underneath their basket. And out to number 24, Adams. He shoots the baby hook. It will go in. And Kansas has a 2-point lead, 26-24. And here comes Gonzaga, the 3-point from the outside. Hickman is unconscious today. Is that number 11, Nolan Hickman, I believe, once again. Each team 3 for 6 from the 3-point line. Gonzaga goes up 27-26. 7:15 left in the first half. Kansas almost turned the ball over there. And where did that one go to? Kansas is saying it was kicked off of a Gonzaga player. All right. Well, no, Gonzaga. It's Gonzaga ball. Number 33, Ben Gregg, will inbound to number 0, Nemhart. So Gonzaga with the ball, up by 1, looking to extend a lead here. And inside. Oh, wow. Nemhart to Huff. That was quick. 29-26, Gonzaga. After seeing a lot of rough defensive games, we're seeing some good offensive shooting here. And there's a tip and a steal from Gonzaga. And I think they're going to say that's a foul on number 24, Adams, for Kansas. He reached in afterwards. I hated not your father's root beer. Henry is better. Mike, if I could afford the alcohol, I would be an alcoholic critic. No, you were right the first time. All right, KJ Adams Jr. with 6 points. 2 fouls, though, for Kansas now.
He anticipated. He thought that he was going to get Huff slide to the basket, but the play was to take one more dribble, and Greg was going to be wide open at the top.
Is that another foul on Adams?
Kansas got a finger on that ball.
No, Kansas just knocked it out of bounds. All right, 18 on the shot clock. And here comes Gonzaga up by 3, 6:20 left in the first quarter. Hickman with the ball on the outside, 10 left on the shot clock. And he will get it inside to Huff, who puts it in. And a 5-point lead for the Gonzaga Bulldogs. 7-0 scoring run for Gonzaga. And Kansas looking to get back on the board and miss an easy runner in the lane. Gonzaga with the rebound. Nemhart going to try to take it. Oh, no, he's going to pass it to the outside. Oh, man, that was almost in. A wide open Stromer on the outside misses it. Back to Kansas. Inside to number 25, and he'll miss, but there is a whistle blown.
You see Greg, one bounce, just goes into Adams' chest, takes that contact,
Let's see what happened here. Guys, I think I might have made the mistake of a lot of swearing when I first opened up the stream. Forgive me, almighty YouTube algorithm. Nicholas Timberlake at the line for Kansas misses the first of two. 5:30 left in the first. Everybody, don't forget to hit that like and share button. Let's spread this stream out there. I know there's a lot of people watching this game. They might as well be watching with us. All right, 31-27. Gonzaga. And Nembhard bringing the ball up for the Bulldogs. And he'll pass it to the outside to number 13, Graham Ike. Oh, and finding a man inside, Huff. Wow. Huff was wide open. I mean, he was available as available as 1998 Pamela Anderson there. And 33-27, 5:11 left in the first half. Gonzaga opening up a 6-point lead. My bad. I'm sorry. I was cussing before you even came on, man. It's like the first sentence. I wasn't even thinking. Start doing reviews on alcohol and weed on a YouTube or Rumble channel. People watch me drunk in real time. All right, $5 or 5 minutes and 11 seconds left. If you hit the like and subscribe button, don't forget there is no ad revenue on this channel. So donations, always thankful for donations on Cash App, Seattle Mike at PayPal, Benedict Inc. at gmail.com. And if you still have my number, you can Apple Cash me there. But here comes Kansas. Good ball rotation around the perimeter. 14 left on the shot clock. And suffocating defense, though, here from the Bulldogs. There's a man open, number 25 from the outside. Misses it, but... Wow. This ball is all over the place. That got thrown up in the air. Back to Kansas once again, though. And a wide open Hunter Dickinson hits the three. You can't leave him open like that. You got to keep somebody on that guy. 8-4. Kansas in favor of offensive rebounds. Gonzaga's got to shore that up. And Gonzaga from the outside, in and out with the three. I mean, he was robbed. That rim was holding on to something. I mean, it's got an issue. And there's a foul on Huff underneath the basket. It's going to be on against number 1, Hunter Dickinson, who just hit that three ball a moment ago. Shared them both. Fights of Friends groups. Thank you, Robert. Appreciate it. And the first free throw for Dickinson is good. 2-point lead, Gonzaga. Kansas can come within 1 with this one. 4:05 left in the first half. 8 points for Hunter Dickinson today on 3 of 6 from the field and 3 rebounds. And he misses the second. Rebound, Ben Gregg for Gonzaga, number 33. And Gonzaga will take the ball up by 2. And there's Anton Watson on the outside to Nembhard. Nembhard going the distance. He's going for speed, and he finds Watson on the inside, number 22, for an easy basket. 35-31, Gonzaga. Oh, and a beautiful pass inside to Bruce Dickinson. You're not stopping the train on a pass like that. 35-33, 10 points for Dickinson on the day. And Gonzaga looking to come back and say, anything you can do, we can do better. There's Ben Gregg with the ball, passes it inside to Watson, out to Nembhard. 10 seconds on the shot clock. Nembhard out to Huff. And Huff's going to shoot the three. That one misses, and Kansas will get the rebound with a chance to tie it or take the lead. Kansas 4 of 8 from the three-point line today. Gonzaga 3 of 9. And they thought about another one there. 10 on the shot clock. And Gonzaga gets the ball. Hickman came up with the steal for a moment, but Kansas gets it right back. Right down the lane. Number 3, Harris Jr. laying it in. Real pretty like. Tie ball game at 35. And there is Nembhard out on the perimeter to Huff. Back to Hickman, who just kisses it off the rim and in the basket. Hickman is on today. I mean, I don't know what he ate for breakfast, but they are running through the offense through Nolan Hickman today. And that's the thing. Gonzaga, one guy can get hot. You got Ike, you got Hickman, you got Watson. Any of those guys can hurt you. And there's a 3 from the outside. That guy can definitely hurt you. Number 3, Harris Jr. for Kansas, and he hits another 3 to give them a 38-37 lead with 142-41, 140 left in the first half. And here comes the Gonzaga Bulldogs. This is Hickman again, shoots the jumper. When you got it, you got it. Keep feeding the hot hand, and Hickman is burning up right now. I don't think he's missed a shot today. 39-38 Gonzaga. And Kansas underneath, they're going to shoot another 3. And that's number 10, Furphy. He hits another one. And the Jayhawks up by 2, 41-39. That's 2 of 3 from the three-point line for Furphy. He's got 9 points on the night. And again, that's like the third time Huff's been wide open underneath the basket. And Gonzaga ties it up at 41 apiece. Easy points there for Huff. And Harris Jr. says, I think we're going to bring this one up a little slower this time. 4 ties, 5 lead changes in this game. And Kansas hits another three-pointer from the outside. That's Hunter Dickinson again. And Gonzaga should get the last shot here. It doesn't have to be a 3, guys. Just score. 15 seconds left in the half. Nembhard's going to hold onto this for another few seconds. They want to get the last shot of the half in. Good screen there for Huff. It's Nembhard going to take the 3. He misses. Rebound Gonzaga. And 33, Ben Gregg puts it down and 1. They'll have a chance to tie it going into the half. What a game. Look at Ben Gregg with the rebound. 2 guys underneath, and he lays it in easily, and they only leave 1.2 seconds left on the clock. You can't do it much better than that. You can't plan it that well. And Ben Gregg will go to the line with 1.2 seconds left in the half, looking to send this game into halftime tied. So if you're looking at the over-under, if Gonzaga hits this free throw, they are on pace for 176. I hope you bet the over if you bet anything. I have no read on who's going to win this game, except for it could go down to the very last shot. That much I know. All right, 6 up in the chat. I just dropped a whole freaking thermos of water, guys. God, I'm going to have to mop that up later. Look, I promise I only had 1 drink here. Oh, that's gonna be fun. At least it's just water. And I got this cup full of water before I dumped it, so. And it didn't hit any electronics. That's the most important thing. I pick the wires up in this adapter that's on the floor. Got a little wet. Thank you for the share in both groups. Robert, I don't know. Everybody's watching somewhere else or they don't care. I'm not sure. I'm just going to keep going. I'm sharing this on Twitter right now, though. If you guys could do me a favor, anybody in here, I'm going to share this on Twitter. Then I'll put the link in here. If you guys could like it and retweet it and comment on it, I would appreciate that. You don't have to, but it would definitely help us out. All right, 9 of 14 or 34 from the field for Gonzaga, 17 of 34 from the field for Kansas, and Gonzaga will shoot one more. Well, oh, maybe there was no foul. No, there was a foul. Yeah, they'll take one shot here. Okay. And in and out, and they missed the free throw, so Kansas will go into the half with a 1-point lead. Gonzaga's got to hope that miss doesn't come back to haunt them. 1 point at the half, 44-43. And let's talk to Bill Self, the coach for Kansas, and see what he has to say about that first half. Kansas hot to end the half. They had a cold streak. But they ended the half on 6 for 6 shooting. I don't know what else to share it on, but hey, thanks everybody for tuning in for this one. 44-43, Kansas here early. Let's put up the phone number here, 425-791-8730. The number to call in. Can talk about basketball. You can talk about this game. We can talk about another game. We can talk about the UFC tonight. Yesterday's Bellator. Anything you guys want to talk about? UFC class action, a lawsuit. Directly after this game, we will cover Washington State and Iowa State. Washington State Cougars looking to upset number 2 Iowa State. That's a 7-2. That would be a decent upset. All right, since it is halftime, I want to put up halftime smoke break, guys. If you can keep the stream running, I would appreciate it because, oh, here we go, PBR Street Gang. What's up, PBR in the house? How you doing, my friend?
Oh, I'm doing pretty good. How about yourself?
Hey, good. You at work?
No, I took a little bit of time off for got some remodeling that got done on the house and moving in type stuff.
Oh, nice.
So,
yeah.
Yeah. It's really really lovely. My wife designed the interior of the house, and it turned out outstanding.
Oh, that's awesome.
And I just got done yesterday restocking my liquor cabinet.
Oh, so you guys are moved back into the house then?
Yeah. Finally,
good.
after about 8 months, 9 months, 10 months. Yeah, 10 months.
Wow, that's a long time, man. Wow.
Well, it was pretty brutal. I was
I'm
living out
sure.
of hotels. Kind of most of the time, I'm working still in Dallas and living in Tulsa, so I commute back and forth.
Oh, you live in Tulsa, Oklahoma, and commute to Dallas?
Yeah, I only do 3-day work weeks. Like
How
my 40
long is that
hours
drive though?
4 hours.
That's a long drive.
Yeah, I'm kind of close to retirement, so I don't feel like starting over.
Yeah, I hear you. But you're driving 8 hours a day?
No, 8 hours a week. I just crash out. Like my shifts are pretty long, like 12, 13, 14 hours sometimes. So I just kind of crash out on my mom's spare bedroom.
Oh, okay. Your mom's living. Okay, that's better.
Yeah, my mom lives in Dallas, and we moved up here to get. COVID just screwed everything up. So many. Nothing against anyone from California or anywhere else in the country. I used to live in California myself, stationed at a couple of bases in California, but so many people moved from California to like from the West Coast to specifically Texas. The population of the DFW, Dallas-Fort Worth area, just, oh gosh, you would not believe the amount of people that have moved to that area. So we were looking to get out of that area and whatnot. But I just got done putting my friend back together. My I don't know if I ever sent you pictures of my liquor cabinet. So I just got my cabinet put back together and restocked. So
yeah, you did before, isn't it? Yeah, it's a nice liquor cabinet.
Yeah, it's actually even better now because I've got way more stuff in it than I think maybe. Yeah, I remember. I did send you a picture of it. So
yeah,
every now and then I bought me a nice bottle or two and put in there. And over the years, there is not too many things that you can't make out of this liquor cabinet.
Well, I guess the nice thing about liquor is it doesn't expire. The longer you have it, the better it tastes, right?
Wine, yeah, wine, but other liquors, what you got in the bottle is what you got. Except after you open it, stuff does. Like when you get down to what they call the heel of the bottle, like the bottom little couple inches of the bottle, it does kind of not go flat, but lose a little bit of its pizzazz, if that makes sense.
But just the bottom mostly?
Yeah. It's
that's not bad.
The amount of oxygen in the bottle versus the liquid kind of makes it's not as, it loses a little bit of taste, but it doesn't go flat.
Yeah.
But I've been looking at different things to do in Vegas. I got a pretty good list. Couple little bitty bars, couple activities, couple of things like that for you. I'll send them to you, and you can take a look. I wasn't for sure what you had, like aside from the fights, if there was anything in particular that you.
No, I figured me and you would talk about it together and figure it out. Yeah.
Yeah. I was actually been looking at a couple bars, couple of venues, different things to do. Don't know if you've ever been shooting machine guns or anything like that, or been paragliding or any crazy shit like that.
I've never been paragliding. That sounds like fun.
I'm a bit of a thrill junkie, so
we're gonna have a good time then.
I like doing stuff like that, even though I'm a little bit older. I'm about 10 years older than you. I really like doing that type of stuff. But the reason why I was calling in, I've been thinking about. I'm trying to remember who posted the question on Twitter. I think it was Dan Hardy, and it was a really good question. Best UFC fighter in your mind, that hasn't won a UFC championship. And for me, one of them kind of sort of not really, because he won so many different titles in other leagues. And that's my favorite fighter of all time, Nick Diaz. I think he won, Elite XE title. His first league that he was in, I can't remember. He won that title, and then he won the Strikeforce title, but he never got UFC gold.
No, and then he had some good battles in Pride, too.
Did he? Did he win a title in Pride?
Oh, no, I don't know if he won a title. I don't think he won a title, but I'm saying he had some good battles over there.
Oh, yeah. Oh, man, his Gogo Plata against Takanori Gomi, higher than a kite. And I think that's like one of two Gogo Platas in, like, the history of MMA, right?
History of UFC, at least.
There was a chick that recently got a Gogo Plata in the UFC.
Yeah.
I forget her name.
I want to say it was Shayla Baszler.
Something like that. I'll have to go back.
I think it's Ronda's friend Shayla Baszler, who's in the WWE now.
Right. Okay. But, two favorite fighters actually three, that haven't won gold in the UFC. That would be Nick, Cerrone, and Dan Hardy.
Yeah.
I don't
fighters
know.
that were in the UFC.
I was interested in what fighters you would pick that, like, top-notch favorite fighters, great quality fighters that didn't win a UFC title.
But they had to have fought in the UFC?
Yeah.
Uriah Faber's got to be there because he was so good in WEC. He was at the top. I think he would have been champion if it wasn't for Dominic Cruz. And he had a victory against Dominic Cruz, I think, earlier in his career. So
didn't they fight like 3 times?
I believe so.
Or
I
was
think
it just
Uriah
twice?
won the first one and Dominic won the last 2.
Right. I thought for sure that Uriah had won UFC gold, but now that you said it,
he never won UFC gold.
No, okay,
So he's right there.
And
I think of other fighters that never won UFC gold. There's been some good ones. Cerrone's got to be there.
Yeah, Cerrone was at the top of my list. Cerrone and Nick. But again, I kind of sort of don't count Nick because he won so many titles in other leagues that were.
Yeah.
I think some of those other leagues, especially Strikeforce, and which I think Strikeforce morphed into Elite XE, didn't it?
Yeah, or the other direction. I'm not sure. Elite XE didn't last very long, though.
Right. Yeah, I would have to say Nick and Cerrone for myself, and also Dan Hardy. I so hope we get to meet Dan Hardy. I'm just like, I've been texting him quite a bit on Twitter. It's like, hey man, how much? I'll take you out on it. I know you got tons of money and whatnot.
Has he messaged you back?
I'll take you out on the town in Vegas. I'm sorry, what was that?
Has he messaged you back?
He follows me back on Twitter. I think he follows you through me now. Everybody
nice.
that I follow, he follows back. So I think he follows you through me.
There was somebody back in the day, I can't remember who it was, but this was years back. You might have seen him. He used to interview UFC fighters. I think he interviewed a lot of other personalities and stuff too, but he would interview them over dinner. So I think the catch was like, hey, I'll buy you a nice steak dinner and, we'll get an interview out of it.
That would be so cool. I really hope that he has a moment for his fans. I'm sure he gets probably hit up and thoroughly fed up with people bugging him and whatnot. But I mean, he is like, him and Nick are my hands down favorite.
Yeah, I'm not sure how the security is going to be there because I don't expect for PFL to have much of it. I think it's going to be more wide open like Bellator is. I'm more worried about how Vegas is set up and they might have the security there.
I'm not for sure. I hadn't thought about that. I was just looking over the card that you sent me.
What stadium was that one at? Because UFC's at MGM Grand, I believe.
Yeah. Usually, if they're not at the Apex, they're at the MGM Grand.
Yeah.
You said it, but the name of it escapes me off the top of my head.
I'm gonna look it up here because I can look it up quickly.
It
Should
would
know
be
we got
like one of the
tickets.
things I could tick off my bucket list if I got to be like actually handshake Dan Hardy. That would be kick ass.
Yeah, definitely seems like a cool guy.
Yeah. I listen to his podcast a lot, but funny enough, I don't know, maybe it's contractual or conflict of interest, but he never, ever mentions PFL in his podcast. His podcast is strictly UFC breakdowns and him and his wife.
Oh, that's
They do
interesting.
pick'ems, but he never mentions PFL. In fact, for the longest time, I didn't know he worked in the PFL.
Well, I would probably do the same thing because there's only so much going on in the PFL, and if you talk about it all in your podcast, like what are you going to have to talk about when you're on air? I guess that would be my thinking.
Fair enough. I didn't think of that. But.
The theater at Virgin Hotels. That's where the PFL is.
Okay. All right. I'll check. I'll actually.
And we get light heavyweight, and lightweights. So that should be. Oh, we got matchups up now. I hadn't looked at this. Oh, that's right. I remember this. We got Patricio Pitbull. We're gonna get to see him, or not? No, nice. The other Pitbull.
Is that his? Are they any relation?
Oh, it's his brother. Yeah.
I was just about to say.
Patricky. It's Patricio and Patricky. So Patricky Pitbull is taking on Clay Collard. So that should be a fun match.
Nice. Light heavyweights and lightweights, right?
Yeah.
Nice. So we'll get to see some good power get thrown around and some good action with a small.
Oh yeah, guy. There's a heavyweight opener bout, but then it's all light heavyweights and lightweights that are tournament bids. Oh, Adam Piccolotti's there. That's a fun fighter to watch too. Oh, he's going against J.J. Wilson. That's two of the top talents out of Bellator. I think they're were in Bellator.
Pitbull picked up a win. Was it yesterday?
Yesterday, the brother did. Yeah.
Right.
And Brent Primus is fighting on that one too. Former champion against Bruno Miranda.
Nice. As PFL and Bellator, I remember you mentioning it on your last show. Have they morphed, or are they co-owned now? Or
so they're going to run Bellator as a separate organization for the moment.
A separate league.
Yeah, separate league. At least for this year, I don't know what their plans are after this year, but they have 8 Bellator events at least scheduled. They're calling it the Championship Series. Yesterday was the first. So there's 8 of them during the year. Each event has 2 title fights and 1 number 1 contender fight.
Okay. All right. Nice. I wonder, were you interested in the prelims or?
Oh, absolutely.
I think PFL does that strange little, they have some fights after the main event thing.
I want to say they do. Yeah, they do their prelims, and then I think there's usually 1, if not 2, post-lim fights.
Right. Which I would assume that would be very similar to the caliber of fighters for the prelims.
Yeah. So I imagine now, but let me see how many fights they have on here right now. This might be the prelims too. This might be the whole card. There's 2.
Man, I so hope that everybody, all the regulars in chat get to come meeting all the Fights and Friends crew. That would be.
Oh yeah, this is 12. This is 13 fights. Phil Davis is in the main event.
Nice.
Yeah, Phil Davis. I don't recognize the guy he's fighting. Robert Wilkinson.
Be like 6, depending on how they do their interludes in between the fights. That's like an all-day thing of fights.
Oh yeah, Impe Kasangane. I'm not sure how to pronounce his name. Kasangane.
Yeah, I know talking about.
But yeah, he's fighting Alex Polizzi. He's their light heavyweight champion.
Right.
And then Mads Burnell. I've at least seen him fight.
I'm looking at the text that you sent me with the breakdown on it, but yeah, that's going to be like an all day. That is a great value for money.
Oh yeah.
I'm not exactly sure the tickets yet that you got, but Even if the you got banger seats for the day. Like
Well, we got great seats for $200.
Nice.
But you can get it. You can get in there for $50. The cheapest seats in there are $50, and it does not look like it's the biggest venue. So I don't think there's a bad seat in there.
Right. Well, most of the time, depending, unless you're really, really up on the cage,
Yeah.
you're going to do most of your main detail viewing on the big screen. At least when I go to concerts or whatnot, like live events or comedy events. Most of the time, unless you're right up, on the stage or right up near the action, you're going to be doing a majority of that fine detail viewing on the big screen anyway. But for a couple $100, you can. I mean, what does that break down per fight?
That's it's like less than $20 a fight. Yeah.
Yeah. You can't beat that. You can't beat that at all.
And I don't think we're going to be watching a lot of the jumbotron though, because you probably see the map. We're in the very first row, behind like the rich people, the real expensive seats.
Right. Yeah, I saw it when I'm looking at it now. Yeah, that's going to be great. That's going to be awesome. And again, for $20 a fight, you can't beat that. I mean, but I meant to ask you, like, when you started talking about this, I meant to ask, like, what prompted you to all of a sudden to want to go to see some fights in Vegas?
Just the time. I mean, I sold the business in January 31st. That was my last day. And I was saying, what's coming up? And I was like, hey, UFC 300. I mean, at first, of course, the plan was to hope to get to watch UFC 300, but financially, it just didn't make sense to watch it from, inside the venue at those prices. So I was like, what else can we do? Right.
Yeah. That's hats off to you for as soon as you mentioned it, I was like, I'm down like Charlie Brown, my friend. I am there. I've been needing a vacation. It's been a while since I've been on vacation, and
I've never been to Vegas, so
kind of a celebration to get done with the hectic remodeling and whatnot. So yeah. I meant to ask you, like, what prompted you to
just everybody. People have been talking about wanting to do a get together, and I think it was like a couple months out when I announced it. I was like, hey, let's see. Hope everybody's got enough time to get to Vegas for UFC 300.
Oh yeah, hell yeah! I've been. Somebody was mentioning it in chat. Like, I don't know if you'll. Were you going to do a show for the UFC event that next day, or?
For UFC 300? No, I thought that me and you would just kind of share some stuff around, and we'll try to be kind of cool if we could talk to some fans that are there for UFC 300 weekend. I thought.
Yeah, that would be cool. Kind of do like little interviews.
Just something a little casual, and obviously, we'll post some video if we get to see a fight or something, and.
Yeah, I imagine there's going to be some great tailgating going on. Some out of the near the arena. I'm not for sure what you call it there, but here.
Oh yeah, we call it tailgating. Yeah, I don't know if people tailgate for UFC, but that would be pretty cool.
Yeah, that would be really, really cool. I mean, to get to meet some other hardcore fans or some people that have traveled from around the States or even from around the world to watch the fight.
Oh yeah,
that'd be so cool.
Absolutely. All right, well, looks like the game's starting here, so I'll let you go. But hey, thanks for calling in. We'll have to talk soon about that list you were talking about.
10-4. Later, buddy.
All right, later. Thank you, PBR.
Bye-bye.
All right, PBR Street Gang, everyone, and Gonzaga with two of the first three scores here in the second half, and they are up by 148-47 with 18:30 left in the game. And Kansas scoring quickly. There's Adams Jr. again. You got to keep a guy on that guy. That's the problem, is you can't You can't double him and Dickinson. So it gets hard to double guys. Graham Ike underneath for Gonzaga. Beautiful fadeaway. He was perfect yesterday. I don't know that he's missed today. And Gonzaga goes up. 16 points and 10 rebounds in the first game for him. I don't know what he's got today, but 3 for 3 so far this half in field goals for Gonzaga. They opened up the first half on fire. They're opening up the second half on fire. Let's see if Kansas answers like they did in the first half. There's number 10 from the outside. The three-pointer misses. Ike with the rebound. And here comes Gonzaga. Nembhard to Hickman to Watson and the dunk. Watson shoving it down their throats. 52-49. He says, eat that. And here comes Kansas. There's the big man, Adams, passing along the perimeter out to Harris Jr. And Harris on the inside misses, but there's a rebound for Kansas. That's going to be a foul on Gonzaga. That's Furphy who went up. Number 10, Furphy for Kansas. Wow, he got some air there, Mr. Watson. All right, I'm not sure who the foul was, but Kansas will inbound it. Non-shooting foul. Adams Jr. with the ball. Back out to Harris. Harris to Dickinson. Finds a man in the corner. That was Furphy. He misses the three this time. Ike with the rebound. Oh, and the easy lay-in on the other side for Nembhard. He made it look easy. He is quick. 54-49 Gonzaga. That's 32 points in the paint for the Bulldogs. And speaking of in the paint, there's Kansas posting up. They miss. Ike with another rebound. He'll pass it off to Nembhard, looking to break this game wide open. Nembhard to Ike. Ike with the... Oh my goodness, with the leaner, kisses the glass, and Gonzaga leads by 7, and Kansas says, we got to talk about this, boys. 56-49 Gonzaga with 16:09 left in the game. Be back after you guys are done talking Vegas. It's literally breaking my heart, killing me. I can't come. I'm sorry, Robert. That wasn't meant to taunt you, buddy. We're just so excited, man. We got to figure out a way for you to come. Get on that GoFundMe, man. Somebody show Robert how to make a GoFundMe or get on that. Like I said, I don't feel that it's appropriate for me to make it because then, I'd have to make GoFundMes for like everybody all the time. But, man, 56-49. We're at number 11, Nolan Hickman. 2 for 2 from the three-point line. He might be perfect from the field. If he's missed a shot, I think it's probably only one. And he's just on fire today. Both of these teams have a lot of different weapons, but Gonzaga has a deeper bench. See, that's the thing. Underneath Ike, he is so accurate within 10 feet of the hoop. As you've seen on that fadeaway jumper earlier, Watson, fast at running the floor. He can get the fast break shots. He can hit those mid-range jumpers. Nolan Hickman, he can shoot the ball from anywhere, number 11. Ben Gregg from the outside, great three-point shooter. Ryan Nembhard, dude is just quick as lightning. He had a quick lay-in here a second ago. He can pass it around the perimeter. Guy reminds me of like a Gary Payton type point guard. And number 4, Stromer from the outside. He can get hot and put up a lot of points. On Kansas' side, Hunter Dickinson, one of the greatest players in the nation this year. Every time he's under the basket, I squirm a little bit. That guy is on it. Furphy, one of the best three-point shooters in the league. He's got a couple already today. Also a good mid-range jumper, decent rebounder. Number 24, Adams, and number 3, Harris Jr., both prolific scorers. Nicholas Timberlake, number 25 for Kansas. He's got a great stroke on that 3 ball from the outside. And just a powerhouse matchup here. And you see Gonzaga right now on an 8-0 scoring run. They entered the half down by 1. They now lead by 7, 16:09 left in the second half. Number 10, Furphy for Kansas will inbound the ball. He'll inbound it to number 3, Harris Jr. And Kansas is going to, we'll see if whatever they talked about in halftime makes any difference, or on timeout, excuse me. Furphy with the miss, Nemhart with the rebound, and straight to Watson. Look at the fast break and the foul.
Listen, Gonzaga just has a different gear to them when they get out in transition. Wow. Watson with the foul. We'll see if he gets a knockdown with a couple extras.
And Watson will go to the line when we come back from a quick commercial break there. It just strikes that quickly. Gonzaga on the fast break points today. They are scoring quickly and very often. After this, guys, I mentioned Washington State Cougars playing Iowa State. So that's another fun game. The more people that can be there when that stream starts, the better. Build that towards the algorithms for YouTube. We had I think it was 43 people in the chat there for a while on that game. So 3:10 Pacific's the official time for that one. That's an hour and 20 minutes from now. All right, quick. They sure have a lot of commercial breaks here, guys. I'm going to take another quick pee break and bring a towel in here for my floor then while they're doing that. You back already, honey, or did you leave yet? I'm back. Oh, awesome.
No, the tips. I've done the tips. I got, what did I get? I got 6, 5. You get 5 or 6 tips for like $7. Yeah. And but they're each different size.
The pins, so it's like the tips can just go on there if they wait and pay.
Oh, that would be awesome. I'm gonna pee and then I'll be back down.
My drink's been there in the van still.
Oh, they're down there. They're by the coffee table.
Appreciate you getting set.
Oh no, for their Easter.
Oh, okay.
I'm so excited.
I just paused it very quick. The tub out here. Then I have to go pee basically with the games on. We'll have a little break.
What? Oh, the Bud Light?
How did you do that? This is a major publisher, like a major magazine. Yeah. It somehow redirected me in a way that I can now no longer go back and the page is just blank.
You seem to get that all the time now. Crap like that. It's driving me nuts. Oh,
Thank Microsoft and Google.
those
It's
bastards.
literally Microsoft and Google. They're teaching you to do it wrong on purpose.
Good thing it wasn't completely full, but I just dumped it right on the floor.
It's Microsoft and Google. Microsoft and Google have been
right, and Gonzaga scores again here. 58-49. Gonzaga almost a double-digit lead now. And Gonzaga with the ball and the possession arrow. They have scored on all 7 possessions in the second half. It's not much the other team can do at that point. And there's Watson from the outside, and he nails it! Excuse me, that's Hickman again. Noah Hickman. Been absolutely unconscious. I don't know what he ate for breakfast this morning, but that's a 12-point lead for Gonzaga, and they are 7 of 7 from the field in the second half. 61-49 Gonzaga Bulldogs. And thank you, PBR, for the donation. PBR with the Apple Cash donation, first donation of the stream. Thank you. PBR 24 underneath. Can't put it in. Adams. Kansas can't buy a bucket right now. Gonzaga on a 13-0 run. And they find Ike under the basket. He's going to miss it under pressure. A rare miss for Graham Ike. Oh, no. That's Ben Gregg. Ben Gregg had a player roll him up there and onto his ankle. 9 points and 3 assists. They need him in there. All right, Kansas with the ball. 14-38, 37-36. 35 left in this game. Thank you once again, PBR, for the donation. And Kansas still cannot get the ball in the hoop. Gonzaga with the ball back. There's Ike again. Is he going to take the jumper? No, I'm going to post up and I'm going to take it from there, and he hits it. As I mentioned, man, if you are not all up in his grill, he is scoring, and he scores once again. That's a 15-0 run in the last 4 minutes for the Gonzaga Bulldogs. And another miss for Kansas. They get that rebound. And the scoring drought is over. A hook shot from Hunter Dickinson. That ends a long scoring drought for Kansas. 4 minutes. And still a 12-point lead for the Bulldogs.
Zero sugar. Is it the best Coke ever? Try and decide.
And Dickinson with the ball to Ike. Or excuse me, Nembhard. Nembhard underneath the hoop. Out to Stromer. Back out to Nembhard. 8 on the shot clock. He finds Watson. And Watson hits a 3. Anton Watson. Somebody call the fire department because Gonzaga's going to start this place a cinder. They are so hot right now. And Nembhard turns that one over with 13 minutes left in the game. And then a foul on Watson on the other side. He's going to send number 10, Furphy, to the line. But Gonzaga with a 15-point lead over the number 4 ranked Jayhawks. I smell something in the air, guys. I smell something. The window's open for a minute, and I smell something. Maybe you guys can smell it. I think I can smell what Gonzaga's cooking. It smells sweet. It's not done yet, but I think I smell Sweet 16. And Kansas with the alley-oop on the inside. Number 23 with the nasty dunk, and that cuts it to a 13-point lead, 66-53. Gonzaga with the ball. And the possession arrow. Nembhard with the ball. 11 points off the bench for Gonzaga, just 2 for Kansas. Kansas, they got a lot of great starters, not known for a deep bench, though. 5 on the shot clock. Nemhart's way out there. They got to get this up. 1, and it's going to expire. Nope, that is too late. Too little, too late. Huffman puts it in, but after the shot clock expires, that will go to Kansas. They've got to pay better attention to where the shot clock is. Credit to Kansas for holding Stromer, keeping him from being able to shoot the ball there. If he would have shot that, he could have at least reset the shot clock. And there's a block from Watson from Gonzaga. But Kansas gets the ball back. And Kansas throws it out of bounds. Oh, no. Nolan Hickman is down at the 12-minute mark. Oh, no, and they go to commercial. You got to hope Nolan Hickman is okay, though. He's been absolutely on fire for the Bulldogs. A deep team here, but there are some players that would really hurt for them to lose, and Anton Watson is definitely one of them. One of the best presence on the rebound side. Maybe the most athletic man running the floor outside of Graham Ike. And he can also shoot the ball from anywhere. He reminds me of like a poor man's Kevin Durant. I'm not going to compare him to Kevin Durant just yet, but he can do everything. Anton Watson, like I said, he can run the floor, he can shoot the ball, he can pass, he can rebound. I mean, he's a very well-balanced player. And Washington State and Iowa State, we're going to play that. We're going to have that game directly after this. Well, tip-off is supposed to be 3:10. My guess is that's going to be pushed back also. Just like this one was pushed back. It says 3:10 on TNT. That's probably when they'll start their TV coverage. But I would imagine that tip-off's probably going to be pushed back. Around 20 minutes like this one was. This one was pushed back 18 minutes. Scheduled for 12:15, tipped off at 12:33. All right, guys, make sure you hit that like and subscribe button. We got the NCAA action all the way through March Madness. We got to play a lot of sports on this channel and do a lot of streams and videos because I got to hit that 4,000 hours. So you need 4,000 hours in a year's time to be able to be monetized. I want to hit 4,000 hours as quickly as I can. But guys, we are under 200 hours right now because I let this channel shelved for so long. We're still about 3,800 hours away from getting that. All right, Michigan State and North Carolina, number 9 and number 1, will kick off in 43 and a half minutes. Those teams have entered the building. Duke, they are 3-0 against James Madison. And they'll play them later. All right, here comes Gonzaga up by 13, 11:52, 51, 11:50 left in this game. 64% shooting today for Gonzaga. Not many teams are going to be able to do much against you if you shoot the ball that well. And there's a pass the inside to Watson. And Watson proving he's okay. Don't worry, everybody. Here you go. 68-53, 15-point lead for the Bulldogs. And Kansas coming back on the other side. 10 seconds left in the ballgame. Harris Jr. on the outside into Adams. 5 on the shot clock. Man, they will take a bad jumper. Man, that was Nicholas Timberlake with the air ball. Gonzaga ends up with the ball. Nembhard to Ben Gregg and another three-pointer! Another three-pointer! And another timeout for the Kansas Jayhawks as the Gonzaga Bulldogs are putting up some kind of historic shooting here. They are absolutely unconscious from everywhere in the field right now. From the three-point line, from mid-range. Their passing is on. This is the best Gonzaga Bulldogs I have seen all year. And they may be peaking at just the right time as they head into the Sweet 16, should they hold on to this lead against Kansas. $71-53. 10:52 left to go in this game. Wow. Just a blistering performance for Gonzaga. I'll tell you guys, I think if they get this hot, they can beat anybody. All right, 8 lead changes, 4 ties. Biggest lead of the game for Kansas has been 6. Gonzaga's biggest game lead of the game is right now at 18. And Kansas just seems flustered. And there's number 3, Harris from the outside. Misses it. Gonzaga with the rebound. Can't hold on to it, though. Back to Kansas. There's Furphy on the outside. Inside to Adams. He posts up. Fadeaway hook. Can't get it to go. And Ben Gregg, number 33 for Gonzaga, gets the rebound. He'll pass it out to Nembhard. And Gonzaga has not missed consecutive field goal attempts in 19 and a half minutes. That's an entire half of basketball. I don't know that I've ever seen that. 6 on the shot clock, 10 minutes left in the game. And there's Watson, number 22 Watson. He misses there. And Kansas with the rebound. That's Timberlake. To Adams, to the inside, to Dickinson, and he misses the easy lay-in. Oh, that was blocked. Dickinson blocked underneath. I believe that was Hickman. Jumped on real quick to say, hey, what's up, Billy? Hope you're having a decent day at work, man. Oh, my goodness, Stromer. Number 4, Stromer hits the three-pointer from the outside, and that's a 21-point lead for the Bulldogs. They are 12 of 14 in the second half, and Kansas misses again. Gonzaga with the rebound. This is just one of those games, like, you're never going to play this good again, most likely, if you're on Gonzaga. Like, you never shoot like this. And there's Anton Watson in the lane with 6 seconds left. He's going to pass it back out to Nembhard. 4, 3, 2. Nembhard's going to have to put this one up. 1, misses, rebound. That's Timberlake for Kansas with the rebound. He's going to bring it up. Back out to Bruce Dickinson. Furphy shoots the 3, and he misses. Watson with the rebound. Gonzaga has got to start thinking about taking some time off this clock. And I guess that's probably what they were doing on the last possession when they ran the shot clock down. 31-9, Gonzaga has outscored the Kansas Jayhawks in this second half. Oh, and Ike can't hold on to that one. Nemhard had a little bit too much mustard on that one. And that'll go back to Kansas. Yeah, I hope you're having a good day, Billy. Thanks for jumping in, brother. We did have more than 4 earlier, I promise. All right, number 13 for Kansas will bring the ball up court. And back out to him. There's a steal for Gonzaga. Watson to Greg to Nemhard, and he is fouled. And a 1-point lead for the Gonzaga Bulldogs with 7:53 left in this game. They are cheering in Spokane. Spokane, Washington. Town of about, city, I guess, of about 250,000 in eastern Washington. Nothing really near them. They're in the desert. They are kind of like Las Vegas and Nevada, to be honest. They're much smaller, though. But just out in the middle of nowhere, you have this city of, 253. What is the population of Spokane, Washington? 229,000 as of 2020. And I think it's went up since then because people are moving to Washington. But anyways, 229,000 people in this city kind of out in the middle of nowhere in Spokane, in Washington, called Spokane. There's like nothing within 3 hours of it, and no cities of a decent size. But they are in their own dream world right now. And games from around the league. Still 30 minutes, almost 35 minutes till the tip-off of Michigan State and North Carolina. That's a number 9 against number 1 seed. And then, as I mentioned, in about an hour, we'll cover Washington State versus Iowa State. Number 7, Washington State, facing number 2, Iowa State. Iowa, 6.5-point favorites in that one. So, and UFC tonight, for those that are wondering, for UFC, doing just the main card tonight, it's a pretty weak prelims, but I think I'm going to need a little break, guys, after probably 5 hours of streaming. We started this one at noon. Washington State and Iowa State will end after 5, so... Wow, Hickman. Today, Nicholas Hickman, 7 of 9 for 17 points. Dickinson on the other side, 6 of 14. He's got 15 himself, though. Second half three-pointers for Gonzaga, 5 for 5. Kansas just 1 of 7. And the winner of this game plays the winner of tomorrow's game between number 8 Utah State and number 1 Purdue. And Nemhard at the line hits the first of 2. And if you're in Spokane, you're starting to smell a little bit of sweet drifting in. The Sweet 16 is that much closer. 23-point lead for the Gonzaga Bulldogs. And they miss again. That was Hunter Dickinson. Misses the hook shot. Gonzaga with the rebound. 13 of 16 shooting in the last 12 and a half minutes. And there's Nemhard. Almost loses it. Watson almost loses it on that pass, but keeps control of it. 10 seconds left. Gonzaga going to run as much time off of this clock as they can. 5 on the shot clock. Watson's got it. 3, 2. And he is fouled with 1.3 seconds left. And not a whole lot better you can play that. I don't know if the Gonzaga players, I don't know if they took a bucket full of Alpha Brain this morning or how they found this zone, but they are in it. Watson at the line hits the first of 2 free throws. Just everything going right for the Bulldogs today. Number 11, Duquesne will look to continue their Cinderella story later against number 3, Illinois. And Watson hits both of them, and that's the quarter century mark. Gonzaga leads this game by 25. And that was a third foul on KJ Adams for Kansas. And Kansas, they're just trying to pass the ball all over, trying to find an open man, and they do, but they still miss. Misses the three-pointer from the outside. Gonzaga with the rebound. 6:45 left in this game. Rebounds now even at 30 apiece. Remember how I was worried earlier that Kansas was going to out-rebound the Bulldogs today. They were earlier, but not now. And there's Hickman from the outside, and he finds Watson. Watson with the wraparound and scores, and that's 80 to 53, Gonzaga Bulldogs. And Kansas going for the floater in the lane. They cannot buy a bucket right now. They cannot buy a bucket, and there is leaks in their defense right now. They could really use that bucket. Nembhard with the ball. 6:05 left in this game. Gonzaga has made 23 of their last 30. And there's Graham Ike adding insult to injury under the basket. Gets it to go end the foul. Are they going to say he didn't shoot it in time? They might be saying he didn't shoot it in time. Those are some sad-looking Kansas fans on the other side. Can't say I don't feel a little bad for them. All right, Gonzaga inbounds to Ike under the basket. He's guarded by number 23, and he misses it. All right, good defense that time by Kansas. 13. Bringing it up and scoring. Quick score there for Kansas. Getting them within 25. Wow. This is still going to be almost impossible for Kansas to come back now with just 5.5 minutes left. We just had the Gonzaga party, it seemed like, for about most of the second half. And inside to Ike, and not sure what happened there, but I think that's a travel maybe on Gonzaga. I'm not sure what happened, but it goes back to Kansas. All right, 5 fouls on each team. Possession arrow to Gonzaga. 5:15 left in this game. And there's 13 on the outside. There's a three-pointer for Kansas. That gets them to 58. They need everything they can get right now. Every stop. They need to get every stop. They need just about every basket to fall right now. Hickman bringing the ball up the court. 12 seconds on the shot clock. Over to Nembhard. Nembhard to Watson. And he hits Ben Gregg over in the corner. 5 left on the shot clock. Ben Gregg with the hook shot. And it goes in every bounce today for Gonzaga, going their way. Every move they make, every step they take, it is worth watching them today. 82-60 as Kansas scores on the other side of the court. That's 10 points for KJ Adams on 5 of 12 shooting. And Hickman bringing the ball in again to Watson. He finds Ben Gregg underneath. He misses the hook shot. Excuse me, that was Huff. And here comes Kansas trying to put some quick points on the board. Misses the three. Rebound, Nembhard. I don't know how tall Nembhard is. He looks very short compared to these other guys, but man, he has some hops because it seems like he gets a lot of these rebounds. And he'll pass the ball to Hickman on the outside. Hickman to Huff. Back to Nembhard. 10 seconds left on the shot clock. 6, 5. Nembhard's, and it's swatted out of bounds by Kansas. 3.3 seconds on the shot clock. Just 3:23 left to go in this game. Gonzaga, 82. Kansas Jayhawks, 60. So the final game today will be Oregon and Creighton. And I'm hoping for a Pacific Northwest triple win today. I don't know that we're going to get that, but I like Oregon against Creighton. Creighton now a 4.5 point favorite, but yesterday Oregon was a 2-1 underdog still. I'm going to look that up, but I really like Oregon in that game. We won't be covering that one because I said I cover every UFC that I can. And we will cover that UFC at 7 o'clock. But let's get updated odds on this Oregon game. Wow, I got plus 200 last night. They are just plus 154 right now. Creighton a minus 185. So a lot of bets coming in on Oregon. So 41% of bets coming in on Oregon, 59% coming in on Creighton. But it's usually pretty lopsided for a team that's a 3 seed against an 11. I don't know that I would bet Oregon now. I would have bet them last night. That's when I did. Plus 154. 4.5 points. I might look at the live betting now. I think you probably missed your shot there. PBR, I got a question for you. Live sports betting, legal in Oklahoma or no? Guess I could look that up myself. All right, Kansas with the ball running the floor and the block from Watson from behind. Adams comes up with the loose ball for Kansas but gives it up. Hickman gets the steal. And Gonzaga with the ball again. Oklahoma remains one of about 10 states that still have not legalized sports betting. Wow, almost only 10 states that haven't legalized it so far? I did not realize. PBR lives outside of Dallas, not Oklahoma. No, he works in Dallas. He lives in Oklahoma. We just talked about this. He just called in and, you tuned out, though. That's right. That's okay. All right, 22-point lead for the Gonzaga Bulldogs with 2:52 left in this game. Second round of the Midwest. Winner goes to the Sweet 16. And that's going to be a foul. Nembhard takes it to the basket. And Jackson fouls it with 2:47 left in this game. 6 fouls on Kansas today. Nembhard at the line looking to add to their already monstrous lead. Nembhard misses the first one. Rare mess at the line for him. 5 fouls on Gonzaga so far. And Nembhard hits the second one. 83-60 Gonzaga, and Kansas, I don't know what they're going to pull out of the hoop right now, but they need to pull a rabbit, a kitchen sink, a washer and dryer. And that was a quick score. Number 11 for Kansas gets it in there quickly, 82-62.
Sibling rivalry. It's the best part.
I thought it was 83 because I thought, oh, okay. They had it wrong on ESPN. I had it right. See? Or CBS, excuse me. All right, 21-point lead for the Zags. No celebrating yet. Mark Few wouldn't allow it, but Gonzaga has outscored Kansas 40-18 in the second half after trailing 44-43 at the half. And here's Hickman on the outside. He's going to take a moment to bring it in, and he's going to take it all the way himself. He has blocked Gonzaga with the rebound, though, and they will go to the foul line again with 2:11 left in this game. Like I said, everything going right for the Bulldogs today. Everything they can.
Score's gotten a little out of hand. Kansas still has their pride.
Almost a
With 15
almost goaltending there.
of the afternoon.
And Ben Gregg hits the first of 2 free throws. That's 15 points today for him.
There's a guy that's won it all 2 years ago, 52nd time.
Yeah, if you're a Kansas player or fan, this has got to be a rough day. And oh my goodness, he misses the second free throw, but Kansas can't hold on to it. Back to Gonzaga from Nembhard. Nembhard's got him tripping all over. There's a steal for Kansas and the fast break and a quick slam for number 13. I mean, that would light this crowd up if they weren't still down by 20. That was an explosive play, but much like diarrhea, that explosiveness did not help anyone. Inside, Tickman, there's a three-pointer from the outside. That's a brick, but Ike gets the rebound. And he hits the hook shot and one. Man, Gonzaga Bulldogs, these guys, they better all go out and buy some lottery tickets after this. Because yes, they are good, yes, they are hot, but luck is also on their side.
I think we can come back and make the tourney. So that's going to be it for DeJuan Harris.
And they're going to start benching.
Some of the guys
Yep.
not used quite so much, including the coach's son.
Coach's son in here.
Checking in for
He'll get some game time. 1:25 left in this game as they bring the starters out of the ball game for Gonzaga, except for Ike, who's at the line here. Graham Ike, 14 points on the day. And he hits the free throw to finish the three-point play. 87-64 Gonzaga. 23 points. And now is the time to look at DraftKings because Kansas could get some garbage points here. Although Gonzaga, they missed and Gonzaga got the rebound again there. There's a block on the other side for Kansas. And as they mentioned, Kansas, they got their pride. They don't want to be embarrassed anymore. They're already down by 23, a minute left. And this is probably not even on the board anymore, I imagine. There's Kansas, a quick score there.
keeping it consistently at an excellent level.
Yeah, it is not on the board. There's a jumper. And the bench players beating them up now, 89-66. Gonzaga. You don't want to injure any of your star players here. That's
As soon as he scored, I'm like, has to handle this.
I mean, number 13, Jackson,
Marco Jackson,
one of the top stars for Kansas, still in there, though. He'll go to the free throw line.
This will be their 11th loss of the year, and that's unlike them. They lost 8 in con.
And he misses the first of 2. Just 32 seconds left in this game. 2 seconds between the shot and the game clock. And Gonzaga's, most of their scrubs in there right now will try to put up some garbage points. Or they'll just bounce it out. I mean, it's just, this is respectfulness at this point. The coach for Kansas, Bill Self, already standing up. He wants to shake Mark Few's hand and get the heck out of here. This has got to be a nightmare day for him. And Gonzaga just playing keep away, passing the ball along the perimeter. And there's a jump shot for Gonzaga. Misses rebound at Kansas. And they're going to take the final shot of the game. That one, well, and there's a foul with 0.8 seconds left. I don't know that he wanted that, but that'll put a few more points on the board.
Director, Chris Svensson, my partner Brendan and Dana, the Hall of Famer to my left, statistician.
Gonzaga will end with 7 fouls on the day, 89-67. Will they break 90? Is there one of these bench players that want to throw one more in there? I don't know that they will, though, because it's a bit disrespectful, maybe some would think. But also, you want to hit 90, right? Some of these guys, it's their last game in college.
Hasn't been fun for Kansas fans.
Well, for Kansas at least. As Gonzaga gets one more. And Kansas misses that one. Gonzaga with the rebound. Your final score here, the Gonzaga Bulldogs 89, Kansas Jayhawks 68 from Salt Lake City. All right, guys, we will be back in 40 minutes for Washington State and Iowa State, the next game today in the NCAA Tournament. Of course, tonight, 7 p.m. Pacific, 10 p.m. Eastern. We'll cover UFC, Rose Namajunas, Amanda Hebus. Gonzaga will play the winner of number 1 Purdue, number 8 Utah State. That'll take place tomorrow. Thank you, everyone, for watching, for the call-ins, for the donation, PBR. As always, I love you. I respect you. And we'll see you all very soon for Washington State versus Iowa.